And welcome to the channel, everybody. So, Vatlik, nice to see you. Appreciate it. Good morning to you as well. So we have pushed our way through 3 rounds so far of the arena. And we're going to do 3 more today and 2 more, or 1 more in the morning. And I figured that should be just enough to get me to at least 1:30. 7 stars are still on cooldown for about another hour and a half, which is fine because that gives us plenty of time to get started working my way through the 6-star roster. One of the things I've been trying to remember to stay on top of is getting as many boosts on as possible. We're not going to run the 5-star roster yet, but a couple of the rounds today that we are going to do, we're going to throw the 5-star roster in it as well. And definitely the one in the morning as well, because we're going to want to push as many points out as we possibly can. So definitely going to see multiple champions refreshing as we get in here. I'm right at the timer cusp where I've got quite a few who are already ready and several more that are getting to that point. So yeah, we're just going to get in here and get it done. I need to get as much done in the next few hours as possible so that I can go run a couple errands during the next cooldown phase. And then get back, do a second stream for the day, and then run into work for a few hours and come back in and do one final stream for the day. Let the cooldown period go in, take a quick nap, and then we are going to grind all the from the time I get up tomorrow until the arena runs out. No matter how deep we got to get into the roster to be able to do that. My ideal goal, like I said, is to hit at least 130 mil. Obviously, if we can break that, it would be better. I'm hearing mixed messages on how many points it's going to take to get there, to actually get the champion. Some people are saying 130 will be more than enough. Some people are saying it's going to be closer to 150. Obviously, I didn't start the grind as soon as I possibly could have, because I honestly was not prepared for it. But at the same time, still going to go for it. Still going to put the points up. And we are still going to make sure that we get more points than DD does. I mean, honestly, that's our biggest goal. I mean, not really. Our biggest goal is definitely to get the champion. Um, I want Werewolf by Night on the account. And not just as a 3-star or a 4-star or a 5-star. I want him as a 6-star. I mean, mind you, eventually I do want to have every star level for him as well. But I figure picking up the 5-star later is going to be a lot easier than trying to pick up the 6-star later. So if we can get the 6-star from the arena, and we've already gotten the 3 and the 4-star from the arena, we are ahead of the game. So, I should have overtaken Didi on points with last night's stream. And this first stream should definitely put a gap between him and I. And then by the second stream, I should be able to really extend that gap out quite a ways. And obviously he'll come back at some point and be able to, I know he's got to work today, so he'll get some grind in, but how much he gets in, I'm not for sure. And then we'll just kind of have to play it by ear on what he can get done compared to what we can get done. So, not sure who else is out there that's currently grinding for him, but wouldn't mind benchmarking where certain people are at. At least if anybody's open to revealing how far they are into their own personal grind. I've talked about it several times over the last couple days. I have never grinded for a champion before. This is definitely going to, I mean, I'm already on the largest streak that I have ever put up. And quickly expanding that streak. But also going to be quite well over the max amount of points I've ever put up or ever considered putting up, to be truthful with you. This will not be an ongoing thing. I will fully admit that. We will do plenty of other things on the channel going forward, but I am not going to become that lifelong grinder that so many other YouTubers are. It's just not in me. First off, I want to get a lot more things done, and secondly, yeah, this has definitely been an experience already. Though it's definitely one I am enjoying and one that is definitely worth it. I don't know that there's too many champions out there that I'm willing to chase in this way repeatedly. I have been talking about it. I do plan on getting back to the point of at least getting the milestones on a regular basis. but that's a lot easier to do. I can do that in 3 days off of a single grind each day. Um, as a matter of fact, I come pretty close off of just one run through of my account, anyways. And I will probably start grinding out both the featured and the basic arena just for milestones, just so that I can get back to upping my units on a regular basis, especially until as long as we continue to run free to play. I mean, we all know this account is far from free to play. I have done plenty of purchases on this account, but we have not spent on the account outside of the platinum track and my sigil and the daily unit card since 4th of July. And it will stay that way at least until Cyber Weekend and possibly for a little while longer. Obviously, I took quite a few pay cuts here that ended up setting me back quite a ways. But also on top of that too, now that we're doing the move to Seattle, it has cut into the budget quite a bit as well. So, gonna have to get out there, get working, kind of get a gauge on how much I'm making and how close to the budget I've set for myself we can be on a regular basis before I decide what we have for money to get back invested into the channel. I am so happy to have him as a 6-star finally. I still need to get quite a bit more put into him and get him brought up a lot further. But it's nice to have him on the account. Gonna have to double check here in a second, see where I think I'm probably about 3 minutes out on being able to needing to boost again. I want to try and stay on top of that as much as possible today. It definitely is a huge help. I did pick up a couple more champion boosts last night after stream off of milestones I'd hit during stream. I expect I'll pick up a few more today off of this. I have Heroes Use on that just started. That will put us some more to work with. And I have plenty of 5-star boosts. As a matter of fact, I have a couple that will be expiring today, so even more reason to dip into the 5-star roster and use them, considering we can maximize our efforts on that as well. Definitely want to make sure that we're getting, like I said, that 1.3 or 130 million, absolute bare minimum I want to put up for this. Anything above that is absolutely wonderful and gonna be it's gonna be a grind. It's gonna be a hard grind to do, but at the same time, definitely gonna be worth the attempt and the effort. And I honestly, if anything above 130 is, I think I got a little bit of bragging rights on that one for a first grind. So we will see where that puts us at and see if we are able to go ahead and do that. Like I said, guys, I'll be doing 3 streams today. One final grind from the time I get up tomorrow until the end of the arena. And then tomorrow evening, we will be doing the final stream from Iowa. And that one I am really looking forward to and hoping as many people as possible can stop in and hang out for as long as possible, because we are going to have a lot of fun. I'm gonna crank up some music, and I'm gonna do the Shooting Stars quest, and just kind of hang out. Maybe maybe see about getting a couple people to jump in on chat. Definitely gonna put out, just really some great vibes to say goodbye to Iowa after all these years. And really close out this part of the chapter of my life and get really open and prepared and excited for everything that is to come. So we have a lot to do and a short time to do it. Pushing the 50 mil mark right now. I mean, we're just shy of 48 mil, which is absolutely wonderful. But definitely want to get all the way through, and we're not even halfway to the goal yet. But if we can put ourselves over halfway to the goal, this stream, then I am almost guaranteeing you, especially with adding the 5-star roster to the next couple streams, we can more than put myself to where I'm shooting for. It's going to be a hard grind, and we are going to have a lot to accomplish. Um, and that's not including the fact of the last few errands and the last bit of packing that I have to pull off in the while we're getting this done. When the game refuses to dash back. Ah. Tried to catch the parry there 3 times, and twice he wouldn't dash back and caught the special. And the third time, completely and totally just biffed it. So I gotta win the SEMO fight. I am. One of the nice things is, and one of the things I am quite well proud of, is I have been able to maintain the win streak the entire time so far. I know from what I've been told that once I get into the 5-star roster, I have a better chance of losing it. But like I said, right now we are looking at 233 straight wins, which that in itself I am fairly impressed by, to be truthful with you. It definitely is my longest win streak ever on this account. It will now go down as my new record, no matter where we lose it at. But we are pushing, and we are grinding, and we are pushing, and we are grinding, and we are going to get there. If I make it through the entire roster before I cut off the stream this time, we will be over 300 on the win streak. And then we will have 3 more grinds left to do. And that's where we will separate the men from the boys. It's, like I said, this is something completely different for me. Not something that I plan to do on the channel that often. You know, if there's somebody that, you know, really is a special champion worth the time, in my opinion, maybe we will do this again in the future. Or if we decide to do some sort of challenge against Dee or somebody else in the community at some point. Or if we're doing like a charity thing. But yeah, all in all, just not my thing. This is way much, and honestly, normally, if it wasn't for the move, I probably wouldn't be able to pull this off. Normally, getting this, trying to do this as much as I am right now, is out of the realm of possibility. I work too much most of the time. We'll see how things go when I get out to Seattle, but I fully expect at least the first 6 months, if not more, after I get out there, it is going to be nonstop. If I'm not working on the channel, I will be driving and working on making money. So it, you know, it's about building something for the future that gets me to a point where I can actually get to a point where I can take time off for, months, weeks at a time, and still have and not only everything covered, but also be able to do whatever I want to do during that time period. I think that's a goal a lot of us work towards in life, but at the same time, it is an extremely hard goal to accomplish unless you're willing to sacrifice a lot of time and personal connection that I don't think is really great or healthy or should be necessary for people to have to sacrifice. I find myself in a unique position where it's not as much of a sacrifice as it would be for somebody else. And that is how we are going to justify pushing for it. So we have bigger. I have long-term goals. We are well ahead of the game in a lot of ways. Guys, you guys have brought me to 824 subscribers so far, which has been just phenomenal. We've accomplished that in less than 11 months. I am well over my watch hours. So getting to that 1,000 sub mark soon, first off, is very possible. And secondly, is definitely something that I am extremely excited to get to the point of. We already have memberships live on the channel. We also have super chats and things along those lines live on the channel. And soon we will get to the point of ad revenue as well. And that will open up the doors for several other things, all of which will give me the opportunity to make the channel even better and be able to step up the things that I'm able to do and eventually free up the time that I'm working towards freeing up. So the grind is real, but grind without purpose and grind without defined milestones is something that can get very dangerous. I've been there when I was a lot younger and not realizing where I was going with the effort I was putting in. Now, that being said, definitely one of those things that's a life experience thing that is something that we have to continue to learn from and continue to build from. But that is what makes everything I'm doing right now work a lot better than it would have at any other point in my life, just because of the fact that I know where my end game goals are. Going for it. Okay. clearly did miss the end of the boost again. There's been probably obviously the very first round that I did, I forgot to boost whatsoever, and the second round I did get quite a few boosts in, and but there were several times that I either boosted the wrong champion or forgot to extend the overall boost at the time period where they were expiring. So trying to stay on top of that as much so today as possible is going to be one of the larger goals of these 3 streams today, and definitely the one tomorrow. We'll see how many boosts I can pick up in between each stream, just based off of milestones that are hit from different objectives that are available as I get through them. Like I said, I know Heroes Use just started, so that will definitely be. Vicky Powell, nice to see you. Appreciate you stopping in. Thank you for saying hello. How's it going this morning? We are not only grinding for Werewolf by Night, but we are also in a challenge against the legendary Dimension of Dreaming to see which one of us can put up the most amount of points. Normally, I would default to the idea that he is definitely going to beat me. But with his own personal life going on right now, we have been able to kind of take a bit of a lead already. And we're going to continue to expand that lead and hopefully pick up the win over him. So, really pushing for it. Not only do we want to beat DD in this, but also on top of that too, I really do want to manage to get the 6-star champion for sure. I know there's a lot of mixed feelings in the community about whether or not Werewolf by Night is going to be a good champion or not. Some people are really ecstatic about him already, and other people are saying he's kind of mid. But I think we get that with just about any champion in this game. There's the clear-cut ones that everybody agrees are phenomenal, or nearly everybody agrees that are phenomenal. And then you got those champions that some people are like, oh no, that champion is absolutely amazing, and other people are like, no, it's completely trash. And I think we've seen it with just about every champion in the game at this point. Depending on whose hands they're in, can very much so determine which one of those statements is true. I'm not saying 100% that putting Werewolf by Night in my hands is going to make him a god tier champion, but that is yet to be determined, and we will be figuring out where we stand on that once we have him on the roster as something better than a 4-star. So, going to be interested to look over his synergies and stuff. I have not done that as of yet. If I hadn't already done the Monsters quest, would have been nice to use him for that. But of course, I got that out of the way early in the month. as well as the Villain's Quest. Not that he would qualify for it, but got quite a few things already in place. We're gonna have a huge crystal opening after I get to Seattle, um, because we have not opened crystals in a couple weeks. Or well, it'll be 2 weeks by the time I hit the road already, and it'll be 3 weeks before I actually get around to opening everything that I pick up over this time period. Now, mind you, there wasn't a lot the week before, which is why we didn't do a crystal opening this week. And, obviously, I will be traveling to Seattle for 3 days, so that is going to limit quite a bit as far as what I pick up this next week. But with this grind here, along with the rewards for Battlegrounds, and a few other things that I'm working on, plus doing the Shooting Stars tomorrow night, we should still be able to put together a fairly sizable crystal opening off of the 3-week gap. So, definitely looking forward to seeing what all I can add to things by that point. We'll definitely be adding a couple more 7 stars to the roster. Or at least having an opportunity to dupe a few 7 stars. Ideally, if I could finally add Hulk to the roster, I would be extremely happy. But he has eluded me as a 7 star so far. We will see how long that continues for. But I know over the next couple months, the opportunities to pull 7 stars are going to just continue to increase. I have quite a few things that I want to start working on after I get out to Seattle. One of the things I definitely want to do a push on will be Act 8. So that will present some opportunities as well for picking up some more expansion on the roster for sure. Pretty excited about that. And honestly, I mean, guys, I will tell you this much. The preparing to move to Seattle has been probably one of the most roller coaster moments of my life, and that's saying a lot. My emotions have been all over the place. I've been frantically trying to get things accomplished. There's so much that has gone into this, and so many things that have not necessarily worked out the way I had hoped for them to, and a lot of adjustments that have had to be made just to even get to these last couple days before I leave. And it's definitely going to be a major journey. But I am really excited to not only get out there and experience a new place, a new culture, some new beauties that I have never experienced before, and hopefully really be able to start putting things towards the next stage of life that I've been prepping for quite some time. Many of you may have heard on a few occasions me talk about the idea that eventually I do want to take this show on the road. Quite literally. Eventually, I do want to get to the point where I get out and travel across the United States and see different places, and eventually work my way up into Canada and go across there, and then over into Europe and see so many things over there that I wanted to, and all the time of doing so, spend it playing MCOC. Obviously, that's going to require the game to stay alive for many, many more years. But even if it doesn't, we will still continue to take the channel on the road. We'll just adjust what we're doing, but ideally, I would prefer if we didn't have to do that. Because I know how amazing this community is, and getting to share the world with this community, I think would not only benefit the community, but also the world. Vatlik, appreciate you stopping in, man. Not a problem. Thank you for hanging out for as long as you could. Hope you have an absolute wonderful day or night. I don't remember which area you are in at the moment. A lot of things are slipping my mind at the moment, but I hope you have a great time, and thank you very much for stopping in and giving the support this morning. I will talk to you hopefully over the next couple streams. So, do want to thank everybody overwhelmingly, Vatlik and so many others, for all the love and the support that you guys give me all the time. There are so many times that, you got, no matter if it's just stopping in to hit that like button, leaving comments, sharing, hanging out in chat, whatever it is that you guys do to support the channel, becoming members, subscribers, the whole 9 yards, guys. You have made so much possible in my life, and I want to thank every one of you overwhelmingly for doing so. It is so humbling, and at the same time such an honor that you guys have helped me become a larger part of this community, and that you guys have accepted me and the way I do things. So I definitely cannot thank you guys nearly enough. But I will always attempt to do so. We should be probably about 15-20 minutes, maybe a little bit longer, away from being able to do my next run through of the 7 stars. And then we will finish up as many of the 6 stars as I can before I need to go run the errands. And then the next round, like I said, we will get through all of the 6 stars and turn around and do start doing the first run throughs of the 5 stars. Tonight's stream, I will probably get a lot deeper into the 5-star roster, and tomorrow morning's stream, we will get as deep as we got to get, even if it means getting all the way down into the 4-star roster. Just waiting on things to refresh and pushing for that final bit of whatever I can possibly put up for points. So right now the goal is hopefully man, that is just nasty. I mean, I can win it, but like there's really no good matches here. I am, really, I'm amazed that not only have I been able to maintain the streak for as long as I have, but that this has went anywhere close to as smoothly as it has. I knew this was going to be a lot to pull off, or to even consider trying to pull off, but at the same time, to even start to discuss and pull off this as well as I have, really does personally show me that the growth I have put in over the last year has really been there. Definitely one of those things where I'm ready to start talking about where exactly what things I've never done before that we need to look at doing now. Let's see, 42 minutes left on him, 15 minutes left on him, so we are getting there. So, yes. I told you yesterday it's too early for arena. Yeah, man. So we went even earlier today. No, I totally get it, man. I 95%, 99% of the time, I would agree with you. It is too early for arena. But if we are going to accomplish the goal of picking up this champion, let alone the goal of beating Didi, we have got to grind as much as possible. And today and tomorrow will be 100% of that. We got our foundation in place, and now it's time to build the house. But thank you, PP, for stopping in. I appreciate you. Even if you do feel it is too early for us to be doing arena. But don't worry. We're going to do some this afternoon when it's later in the day. And then we're going to do some tonight. And then we'll do some tomorrow morning. Probably going to be about 3 hours on this one. And then I haven't seriously done arena in forever. I used to listen to stream series while I play. Yeah, honestly, outside of the Sunday arena and occasion, and like the 2-star arenas, those type of things, it's been quite a while since I've really done any serious arena. And even back when I did serious arena, most of the time it was just getting the milestones out of the way. So definitely a lot bigger, definitely a lot more of a grind than I've ever done before, but still at the same time, um, even for what I used to do, it's been a while since I've done consecutive arena. Uh, we will definitely not be pushing arena like this beyond this particular one for a while. Uh, but at the same time, I've said it several times. And I said it when I found out when I knew that I was going to be doing the move and everything. Um, I want to get this champion. Last grind I did was 5-star Ghost Rider to pair with Blade. The Holy Trinity. Blade, Ghost Rider, and Stark Spidey. I remembered that hype. So, I know how far back that was. Back then I would have been doing milestones pretty much every round of the arena, making sure I got that final milestone on every arena, and then leaving them and not carrying beyond that. Uh, Mask Legend, how you doing, man? Nice to see you. Appreciate you stopping in. We are trying to accomplish many amazing things. I think it was 36 mil to get him. Yeah, I mean, yeah, the scores back then were a lot easier to get. Mind you, we were doing it with 4 and 5-star rosters, not 6 and 7-star rosters. Um, but the glory days of picking up a champ for 30 mil have long left our society and will never be seen again. I mean, just think if I could pick up Werewolf by Night for 30 mil. Like, first off, I would not be up at 8 in the morning and have already been streaming for an hour because I would have already had that done and been like, okay, we're good, we got him. Uh, but hey, occasionally you just got to do a few crazy things and see how it works out. What's it like arena grinding? Haven't really tried arena much, apart from yearly platinum pool and in November. No, I get it. That's one of the things, like I said, that I've been talking about. For myself, normally it's like the 2-star arenas or the Sunday arena, the minor arenas that, and outside of that, even when I was an actual arena grinder, it was pick up the milestones and move on. I will tell you this much: I've watched countless legends in our community go through and do massive arena grinds. Dee Brian Grant, so many others, Seaton, going for champions repeatedly over and over again. And I have even more respect for them than I had before. And have no desire to do this ever again, to be truthful with you. It is not fun. And it is extremely life consuming to even consider to do this for a single round, let alone doing this 2 rounds a week, every week, week in and week out, like I've seen some of these guys do. You need to actually lose sleep. Yeah, I like I said, I have definitely rearranged quite a few things. This was not the plan. The original plan was I thought the arena was going to fall right after I got out to Seattle, and I could take a couple days off and just focus on nothing but the arena. But it fell a week earlier than I was expecting. And so we're definitely not going to be able to do round 2. I already know that. Even if I wanted to think about considering doing that after this, because round 2 will be while I'm driving from here to Seattle. And round 1 has been... I really hope I get the champion, because it would really suck to put this much effort into it and not get the champion. And unfortunately, I also understand too that is the most common thing to happen on these grinds. It's better to do round 1 since the scores could be lowered due to speculation. Yeah, I agree. I'm going to start my first stream in a few days. I'm having trouble getting overlays. Could you maybe give me a walkthrough on how you put them into OBS and Streamlabs? Yeah, I'd be more than willing to help you with that, Mask. First off, I will tell you this much. I use a service called Stream Elements. It's free. And it is really great for overlays. And once you go through and set up your entire overlay, it is literally just copying and pasting a URL to do so. When are you planning on doing your first stream? Because depending on when you are, I might be... today is not going to be doable, and tomorrow is going to be a little iffy, but I could get on a Discord call with you and kind of show you my setup and stuff. I can do some screen shares with you if you would be interested. I have done that for a few minutes after... Okay, well, that gives me some time. Paul Unplugged, nice to see you, man. I appreciate you stopping in. 8.3 drops on Wednesday. Like I said, I will be grinding tomorrow morning from the time I get up until the time until arena ends at noon tomorrow. And then I will have several hours that I have to get a few things done, depending on what all I get finished up today, in between grinds today. But if my times work out with yours, like I said, hit me up on Discord and we will set up a time and I will do a screen share with you and I will show you how I do my setup and stuff if you're interested. Always happy to help other people start getting streaming and build their channel and stuff. Just keep me posted and let me know. I will definitely help promote your channel and stuff. Yeah, I am from the U.S. And by the way, YT, nice to see you as well. Sorry, was in the middle of talking, but definitely see you there, brother. Appreciate you stopping in. Um, yes, I am in the U.S. It's good, but a bit warm. And are yours? Um, yeah, we're starting to get a bit cold. uh, we're just starting to get the switch um, over into, we're in fall weather now, and especially where I'm at, it could shift very dramatically any time now, and we could very much so end up with a couple foot of snow at any given moment. I'm hoping that holds off. Um, yeah, Master Lesson. Like I said, just hit me up on Discord, and we'll figure out a time period that works for both of us over the next uh, 48 hours before I hit the road, and I can kind of go through and help you out. Definitely willing to do that for you, not a problem. So, I have worked with several people on helping get their channel set up, and we continue to work with everybody that can. Snow business, like snow, yeah, yeah. I've worked snow removal before, so yeah, it can be great money. It's stupid long hours. um, and I will not deny I do enjoy snow. Um, I've always had the philosophy my whole life. Um, it's a lot easier to put more on than it is to take enough off. So, though I do appreciate summer overwhelmingly for so many amazing reasons. Um, no problem, Mask. Like I said, very happy to. Here, drive this big truck around. Yep. um, I've done it for a lawn care company, and I also spent 2 years running a cemetery. And obviously, in the winter, the only things we have to do is burials when they come up and snow removal. Um, so the winters were always fun when I worked there, um, because if we didn't have snow to plow or a burial to do, we'd sit in the shop and play video games. And get paid for it. Now, the summer, we could spend freaking from dusk till dawn working on everything under the sun. But, that's kind of the balance. Um, Now, when I worked for the lawn care company, didn't matter. You get a text in the middle of the night. Snow has started. Get in here. Let's go. Right now, I live in Iowa. For about another, what are we looking? 48 hours actually. Um, Monday morning, right about this exact time, I want to be on the road to Colorado. And from Colorado, we are going to Seattle, Washington. I have lived in 3 states in my life. Um, Most of my life has been spent here in Iowa. I spent about 6 months when I was a kid in Denver, Colorado. And I spent 4 years living in different parts of Minnesota. I have traveled quite a bit of the south and southeast of the United States. Yep, I'm going to be near Abdo and BG. Um, Not 100% sure who Pete is, but I know there's quite a few of the MCOC YouTubers that are out there in Seattle, and hopefully at some point I can be honored. Oh, Panda Pete. Okay, yeah. Sorry. Again, like I said, these last couple of days are kind of a blur at this point. Um, this last month or so has been so much trying to get everything ready and prepped, and then to add this grind on as well. Rizzo, how's it going, man? Yes, we are still pushing the grind. Um, gonna do what we can. Have lived in most of the U.S. to stay away from the middle, except for Chicago, is my advice. Yeah, I'm definitely ready to be done with the middle of the United States. That's for sure. I've never been to the West Coast, so this will be a huge experience for me. I've actually never been further west than Colorado, so I'm really excited about that. Um, Mask, I got your request, and like I said, it won't be during these 3 streams that I have today, but I will have a bit of a gap tomorrow that I have to fit a few things into, but I will figure out a time tomorrow to help you out on getting some things set up. Shouldn't take us more than half an hour on a chat, anyways. To be truthful with you, it's not the first time. I have set, like I said, that I've helped people figure that out. Bro, you will have fun exploring Oregon and Cali all over. Yeah. Definitely going to be one of those things. I'm really excited for it. Um, I, it'll be nice to be in a bit different of a culture. It will also be nice to have access to some things that the backwater, uncultured swines that run this damn state feel are a detriment to people's health, in spite of the fact that they are very much so not. Um, we'll talk about those once I'm actually legally in another state. But I'm guessing based off of that, you guys get kind of an idea of what I'm saying. Where are we at? Do we have 7 stars? Yes, we do. Let's get the 7 stars in before we go any further. That way I can start getting this rotation in place and get them on the cooldown timer. PFOs. Um, I think so. I'm not quite for sure that abbreviation, but probably. YT, if you're trying to keep it friendly, which I appreciate overwhelmingly, send me a message privately on Discord and tell me what you mean by PFOs. And I will give you the definite yes or no on that. Didn't mean to catch that. That hurt a bit. Pretty freaking awesome stuff. Yes, yes, some pretty freaking awesome stuff. And it can be very pretty. Extremely pretty. How can you shame against something so pretty? One of those things that you can tell a particular person by who they are by when you drive past a dead skunk on the road, whether or not they go, oh my god, what the hell is that? Or, ooh, what's that? There are two type of people in this world, and I am definitely amongst the type that says, ooh, what's that? Or more appropriately, ooh, where is that? One of those things that, I never thought would be the way it has become. And I am extremely grateful that as much of the country has moved in the proper direction, and that I occasionally see a hint out of the federal government to pull their heads out of their asses. Um, Mind you, it's a very large canal, and they've been shoved up there for a very long time. So I do understand the very slow movement as they progressively pull their heads out. Um, what's your opinion on sending 5-star, sending rank 5 Spider-Man 2099? I think especially if you have the Spider-Man 2099 relic to put on him. I'm not saying he's the best option by any means, but I do not think he is a bad option by any means. Especially if you enjoy the champion and you are good with him. Which I'm guessing you are if you have rank 5'd him already. I think definitely worth it. And I do think that it's going to be a more unique upgrade or a unique ascension than what some people would do, but I don't think it's a bad one by any means. I do, again, suggest having his own relic on him because it will do quite a bit to even push him a lot further along. I'm pro on the topic even though I don't use it. The only thing I don't like is when people use it in shared or close spaces like apartments that are right next to each other. No, I can understand that. Yeah, you know, it's one of those things that being respectful of others, I feel the same way about most things, religion, politics, you name it. Like, do you, and um, you have a right to feel and do what you want right up until the fact that you tell me what I can and can't do. um, and then I have a severe problem with what you're doing based off of how much it interferes with me. I enjoy him, and I also feel like it's great that a lot of people underestimate him, so he never gets banned in war. Yeah, and that's always nice to have. Choosing a champion that you know you're going to have full access to all the time. Um, you know, like I ascended Nick Fury on this account. I understand that I will never get to use him in a lot of game modes, especially Battlegrounds. Nobody's ever going to let me get by with using him in there with him being ascended. It was bad enough before I ascended him. There is no way I'm getting to use him. um, so that is also another great consideration of a factor to make the decision of uh, and to say yes that I feel it's worth it. Kingpin's first ascension for me, nice. Another great champion to do it with, but I can see also him being another champion that actually, especially ascended, could end up getting banned. Um, though I have also heard that he is like a absolute beast for 8.2. So I do know at some point I will probably be bringing mine up. Not necessarily ascending him, but at least getting him up to rank 4 at some point. Trying to watch the time some because I know I have to have at least an hour and a half before the banks close to get to both banks and get everything finalized so that I know that I'm not going to trigger alerts while I'm on the road. Last thing I need is to be locked out of a bank account um, somewhere between here and Seattle. Um, but I do want to get through as much of the roster as possible so that we can hopefully be on par for where I'm trying to shoot for. But if we have to make it up with 5-star roster on the next couple grinds, I definitely am prepared for that as well. Blake, how's it going? Appreciate you stopping in this morning. I know this is a massively earlier time than anybody is expecting me to be on ever. So I really do appreciate everybody stopping in today. Definitely one of those things that, not to say I don't want to start getting more stream times in once we get out to Seattle and I figure out what the internet situation is going to be out there. But it will be a very rare thing that you ever see me 3 times in one day, at least on stream. Now, that being said, ideally, once we get out to Seattle, it is going to definitely be at least a 2-time rotation per day, where there's at least a stream a day and a video a day. Once I get everything figured out and make sure that I have the ability to stream without interference. Um, he's totally worth it. One of those champions you just put on your team and fight with. Doesn't get banned too much, but I have a decent roster. Yeah, I can understand that. Take some cash out before your trip, just in case. At least enough for gas and food. Yeah, no, I'm planning on holding a certain amount of cash back. It's just ideally I want to do as much through the two bank accounts as possible. Um, Partially for records and partially to not have a ton of cash on me going across the country. Um, but I also need to make sure that I have enough in place to cover the hotel when I get there and the storage unit when I get there and have access to the cards that they're reserved on. So, um, I've done a lot of moves myself, but most of them have normally been either around Iowa or, just moving up to Minnesota, so it wasn't that big of a deal. Because it wasn't like, I could run down here from Minnesota in under 8 hours. 1,900 miles away from everything is definitely a huge difference and can definitely be a pain in the butt. But I plan on getting some things set up there. Moving is one of my 10 least favorite things to do. Yeah, I think that is pretty common for most people. I don't know a lot of people that are like, yay, let me pack up all my stuff and relocate. Even for me, where I'm not even packing up all my stuff because most of it I will not be able to take with me. So, yeah, I mean, it's, and I've done it a ton in my life. I moved all the time when I was a kid. And then as an adult, there's definitely been more extended time periods where I have been able to stay in the same place for longer than I did most of my childhood. But even with that, I've had to go through quite a few moves for multiple different reasons. So, Seattle has a lot of nice green spaces. I actually prefer outside of the city versus downtown. So, first off, like I said, I have never been there before. So I don't know a lot about Seattle. I've been slowly learning things as I've been preparing to go out there. I have transferred my job out there already, and I'm approved to work at 6 different locations out there. Though, Silverdale, Tacoma, few others. I'd have to look specifically to remember what all 6 of them are. And then I'm totally blanking on what the area is that I got the hotel in. But it would be northeast of the bay from what I'm looking at on the map. And depending on how things go, obviously with the different locations that I'm working at, once I figure out which location is the most profitable and the one I can consistently earn at the most, I may switch to a different hotel until I can find more permanent living situations. Um, but I did look, and surprisingly enough, I've known about Des Moines, Washington for a long time. Des Moines may actually be um, where I end up falling to at some point. So we got 5 minutes left on Morbius. I think he is the last one I have to use of the 7 stars, so we'll give him just a minute. Um, I terminated my first. Nice. Congratulations, YT. I know we were talking about that the other day. Um, that is awesome, man. I know you were really excited to get to that. So, congratulations. Um, I hope that really inspires the rest of the project and that you're able to get that fairly quickly set up. I told you it wasn't going to be extremely difficult, and I'm guessing that you probably feel that it wasn't. Definitely going to be one of those things that now you've done it once, it'll be easy to just continue to get the rest of them done. Very straightforward. Yeah, like I said, man. Like I said, I worked for Radio Shack for years when I was younger, and it always seems a lot more complicated than it is. Gotta go. Good luck on the grind and the move. Thank you, PP. Appreciate you stopping in, and we will definitely be finishing up the grind, but I will also be keeping everybody informed on the move. I'm planning on not only posting on the channel, but as well, I will be reaching out to a few of my streaming colleagues throughout the trip to call in and talk with them while they're live and just kind of say hi to the community. So do stay tuned. And then we will be doing a lot once we get out there. We will definitely be grinding hardcore on the channel going forward. I'm using power lines before, and I'm getting 100 megabyte down direct wire. It's now 500 megabytes from router to further away. Nice. You should do some moving vlog. Yeah, I'm gonna kind of do that. Like I said, I'm gonna take pictures along the way and probably a few videos along the way and post them up I as I can. Some of them will get posted along the trip, and some of them will be stuff that I post after I get there. Triple Z in the house. How you doing, my brother? Appreciate you stopping in. How are things? You enjoying some of that time at home with the family before you got to get back on the road? by the way, if DD ever talks you into grinding for a champion, tell him he's crazy and do not listen. Immediately stop whatever he's saying and don't do it. That being said, I am still going to get more points than him, and I'm getting this damn champion. By the way, guys, thank you so much. I know it is extremely early, so 10 likes on the stream is absolutely wonderful, and I appreciate you guys overwhelmingly for that. Damn, why can I not? Come on, stun, whore. Valkyrie is not going to cost me my win streak. It's not going to happen. I'm good, brother. Just getting ready to go to the chiropractor and then grocery store. So I guess I can say I am enjoying. Nice. I sent Wolf the Iron Man of you. Nice. I'll check that out. I love it, man. That's awesome. I will find something to use that for. I bet you all of my boosts are expired at this point, and I have not put them back on because I keep forgetting. I installed security systems for a living. I couldn't tell you how many RJ45s I've made in the last 9 years. Yeah, we were talking about it the other day because he was telling me that he was learning how to do it, and I was telling him they're kind of a pain at first, but at the same time, it's really not that bad. I worked for Radio Shack for years, so I don't know how many cables I put ends on for people. It's not a fun task, but it's rewarding. Yes, there are many tasks in our lives that are not fun, but yet doing them does bring benefit in the long run. Oh, we all need to learn to be anywhere near as close to as skilled as YT is. He does absolutely beautiful work with his thumbnails, and he did an amazing intro for Pixie that I was privileged enough to see ahead of time. And I am quite honored to not only have the man ask me to check out his work on a regular basis, but to also be privileged enough to have him have done a few things for me. That's for sure. I definitely bow to the man's skill and hope to thrive to even remotely compare someday. To be honest with you, most of the people that are truly good don't think they're good and do really do it for the fun. And that's one of the great things about it, YT. But believe me, you have more than earned your spot as a legend in the community with the things you do. And we all appreciate the fact that you are here and that you enjoy doing these things for us. Um, I will never be able to express 100% how grateful I am. Will you stop regenning? I got a job coming up with 100 cameras, so that's wow. Have fun with that. Good luck on that one, Trip. So we are 260, so that means I got 41, 259, which gives me 41 more to get all the way through the roster. We are at 840. Probably gonna fall a little shy this time of pulling off the entire roster, but we will see how it times out. Like I said, I got about another hour and 20 minutes before I really absolutely have to get started on doing the final things that I need to get done today. But I will make up for anything I fall short of on the next 2 streams today. I ran out of arena boosts. I picked up a couple last night, used them already this morning. I am using health, attack, and greater boosts when I remember to put them on. I occasionally let them expire for a few extra minutes, but yeah, I'm doing everything I can to boost as much as possible. Now, I have not tapped into the 5-star roster on a single stream as of yet, but the next 3 streams I am going to start tapping into the 5-star roster, and I have plenty of 5-star arena boosts, so that will help as far as that goes. But I am trying to make sure that I keep these boosts active at least, and right now Heroes Used is on, so as soon as I get done with stream, I will go see how many milestones I have picked up on that, and hopefully open up a few more arena boosts to be able to go ahead and use them in the next couple grinds. One of the downsides to the fact that I really have not been doing arena on a regular basis is I don't set on a ton of arena boosts ever because I don't earn them. So, do you do Alliance War? If so, what's your rank? Yes, I do Alliance War. I think right now we just dropped to gold 3, but that's because we kind of... First off, I have not been on top of things for the last month. But I know we're shooting to be a gold 1 alliance. And I'm going to have to make some adjustments on some things after I get out to Seattle and can focus back on the alliances again. I think I know the highest we finished in the last few seasons has been gold 2. Um, but with the Caps commissary event and everything else, we've been running 3 full battle groups the last month or so. Just because I wanted to make sure everybody got a chance to get as many points as possible for those type of events. But because right as we should have switched back to 2 battle groups, I was extremely busy. My officers kind of let the 3 battle groups slide a little longer than we should have, and we just don't have enough of a commitment from everybody in the alliance to want to do war nonstop all the time, especially the way that has become a thing now. But we'll go back to running 2 battle groups most of the time on a rotation, and so that everybody gets in at least their season rewards. And we will definitely get back into at least gold 2, if not finally get the push for gold 1, probably next season. I will say this much: Sunday night, when I crash out to get some sleep before I hit the road, I already can tell you I am going to crash so hard. So I do know that when we do Sunday night's live stream, I'm going to go for several hours. But I am going to want to crash out at a reasonable time, and I do have to tear down the entire setup as soon as the stream ends, and get it packed up and ready to be loaded for the next morning. So it definitely will not be a 6-hour live stream by any means, but we'll probably go for a good 3 or 4 hours on Sunday night. I definitely want to have a good time, hang out with people, and really say my final goodbyes to Iowa properly. Gotta say, again, if you have ever debated if it's worth grinding the arena for a champion, it is definitely not. Those that do it all the time, I 100% commend and have a newfound respect for. Not that I didn't always respect what they were doing, but yeah, these 130, 150, 170, 180 mil scores that we've seen are ridiculous and not worth it. I joined an alliance this season, but that is pushing for Platinum 1. I have been afraid of higher tier wars, but not as bad as I thought it would be. Nice. Congratulations. I wanted to make a mashup character when I had some free time, like Doctor Doom, Spider Man, or something. That would be cool, man. Let me know when you get around to doing something like that. I'd love to see what you're coming up with. I mean, I one of the one of the coolest things that was ever done was when DC and Marvel combined their characters and did, like Dark Claw and some of those. Um, so yeah, I mean, mashup characters can be really cool if done right. Oh, I do got to remember that here shortly after I finish stream, I got to look up a oil change coupon and see if I can't save myself some money because I need to get. I mean, I'm just shy of my oil change, but at the same time, definitely want to get one before I do a 1,900-mile trip across country. Yeah, that didn't go well. Mashup sounds fun, but also shows that create an imagination. You too, Nathaniel. Nice to see you. How you doing, man? We continue the daunting and never-ending grind for Werewolf by Night. Um, we have officially sold our soul to the arena. I will be reclaiming it no matter if I get Werewolf by Night or not. The soul shall be mine, and I no longer will ever consider doing this again. Just dropped in to say hi. Going to finish some errands. No problem, man. Have a great day, and I will see you another time soon. I appreciate you stopping in to drop in to say hi, show a little support, and hit that like button. Um, it is always appreciative to have you guys make a few moments out of your day to hang out with me. I definitely over these last few weeks have missed being able to stream consistently, and it definitely has been one of those things that I look forward to getting back to. Definitely look forward to getting videos out on a regular basis again. Uh, just had to get everything in place before we could even think about continuing, um, so that I could make sure that everything went smoothly for this move. Not that it has went smoothly, but hey, we gotta still keep trying. So we are starting to run out of health boosts. We'll see, like I said, after I get done with this grind, see where I'm at on heroes used and see if maybe I can pick up a few more. Hopefully. But I will use up every boost I have in an attempt to pick up this score. So, Dee Dee thinks I'm going to fall a bit shy. I'd like to prove him wrong. But he does know more about the grind than I do. It'll be what it is. We'll make it work. So, we have been live for just under 2 hours. 14 likes on the stream already. I appreciate it overwhelmingly, guys. I do want to thank everybody for the last few days. You know, this was pretty impromptu that I decided to do this. Jason and Jabari, nice to see ya. Hey, at work, busy at the moment, but hitting the like button, fam. Appreciate it. Absolutely. We have been stupidly grinding for this damn champion. But not only did I accept Dee Dee's challenge, but also on top of that, too, I kind of challenged myself that if I was ever going to get a champion through the arena, this is the one we have to make it be. So I am definitely going to put up every possible point I can and go all out on this and see where the chips fall when they do. So I appreciate all the support and encouragement, guys. It does make grinding out this painstaking and overwhelmingly nasty arena a lot easier. So much to do, so many points to earn, so many fight after fight after fight. Though I will say, it definitely has been one of those things that reminds me that arena is a great place to spend time. Not to this level. I do recommend getting as many of the milestones on a regular basis as possible, and I need to get back to doing that myself. Just because of the fact that it is a great way to really use champions that you don't use on a regular basis to kind of get a little bit more of a feel for them. I also get that, you know, a single fight is not going to give you the answer of whether or not they're worth it or not, but it will definitely give you an opportunity to get a feel for the champion on whether or not to test them further. Especially if you're consistently grinding arena so that you're going through your roster a little more. One of the things that will be nice about dipping into the 5-star roster is, you know, I have a very extensive 6-star roster, but there are definitely plenty of champions that I have as a 5-star that I do not have as a 6-star. So I look forward to using a few of those that we haven't gotten a chance to use yet. You know, champions like Adam Warlock, Danny Moonstar, Mantis, you know, just to name a few that I know that I have as 5 stars that I don't have as a 6-star to be able to have put through the rotation yet to really, like I said, get a chance to use them. like I said, just because of the final errands that I need to run today, that I don't have a choice but to run today, um, we will not start the 5-star roster until the next set of grind. Luckily enough, I have put together most of the money for the trip already, so I can cut my work evening tonight a little shorter than I would normally do on any other night, which is part of the reason why I planned on this, anyways. Because I had already figured that I didn't need to earn nearly as much this week as I normally would. Um, so that does help with things. Um, that being said, guys, we are going to need to refresh the boost here in just a second and continue on. I still have 33 more matches to, 33 more rounds to do. But my eyeballs are starting to float, so we are going to take a break for just a second, and I will be right back, and then we will continue with the grind for about another hour. Should put us pretty close to having everybody done. So give me just 1 second, and I will be right back, guys. Okay, guys, let's continue on. Quite a bit left to do, and a short time left to do it in. Let's see, we need to get another champion boost on. Probably the most I've boosted in months, to be honest with you guys. I'm normally setting on so many boosts that half the time I'm selling them because they're expiring. So it'll be interesting to spend the next couple months replacing these. We should have more than enough to finish this round and at least a few for the next round. But like I said, I know Heroes Used is on at the moment. those milestones should hopefully get me at least a few more solo crystals, and hopefully we can pull some, not only the overall boost, but then also maybe a few arena boosts as well out of that. And then when we start using the 5-star roster, I've got plenty of boosts for going through that with. So we're going to really tap into everything I have to put this score as high as possible. Again, I will mention my minimum goal is 130 mil. I don't know if it's going to be quite enough, but obviously that's the minimum cutoff I want to push to, and then hopefully we can push a bit beyond that. It's been over, unfortunately, especially round one, you can never really know where a champion's going to go, because you can kind of try and gauge how the community feels, but everybody has their own opinion of where it's going to fall. I commend people like Rich the Man who give arena predictions round after round and normally come in fairly close. He's had some times where he's been completely off before, but I have seen over the years where he's got a pretty decent gauge on it. Probably at least a good 85 to 90% of the time. I've talked to several people in the community already, and every single one of them has given me a completely different answer on what they think the champion's going to go for. Ranging anywhere from 80 mil, which I think is way too low. I really do think we're definitely going to need to break that all the way up to about 150. If I were to average it, most people are falling into the 125 to 135 range. We are just now at 56 mil. And again, still plenty of time left to go and plenty of grind left to do. And with the fact that we are just shy of 56 million, basically I have to triple. Well, not quite triple, but come pretty close to tripling what we have right now. Going to be looking at about another 80 mil that I need to put up between the next 3 grinds. So definitely going to have to step things up, because we're, the 5 and 6 star roster, or the 6 and 7 star roster alone has been netting me about 16 to 18 mil a grind. And like I said, I'm only going to get 3 more in. So that means I'm definitely going to have to dip into the 5-star roster and try and pick up another 10 mil per grind. and I get it why DD thinks I'm going to fall short just because of exactly putting it that way. But at the same time, I think it is definitely worth attempting. Hussein, how you doing, man? I appreciate you stopping in. We are continuing to grind away. Um, Obviously, I know very good and well if I would have gotten that first round in that I didn't get in, we could have probably done this without a problem. Um, it would have still taken most of what I'm doing here and probably a little bit more. But that being said, I'm not quite prepared to throw in the towel, that's for sure. So, we are not giving up no matter what. I've got this planned out. 2 more grinds today, and then a long grind tomorrow morning for that final push to see what we can't possibly finish up as. Um, we're at 269 streak right now. 300 would put us fully through the 6-star roster again. I got about an hour to see if I can't get most of that. Which we are on track. I should be over 280, 290 by the time we have to call it this morning. But like I said, yeah, that's going to put us a little off on where we need to be. But with the next 2 grinds, definitely next 3 grinds having the 5-star roster starting to come into play, I think we can make up for what we don't get this morning, plus start gaining ground towards the overall end goal. If I can finish this grind over 60, it's definitely going to make things look a lot better. Getting it down to 70 mil needed between the last 3 grinds will, I think, definitely be a little bit more reasonable. Obviously, anything below that is going to be phenomenal. But we're just going to have to see how it plays. Like I said, guys, obviously, I know if I had more of my 6 stars ranked up to rank 3, if I was running the ouchies or recoil masteries, I could definitely be putting up points a lot faster. If I had access to more boosts, we could definitely be putting up points faster. But I still think it's doable. That was cold. So this puts me exactly at 90 champions left out of my 6-star roster, with 50 minutes, which definitely does not translate out properly, because we're definitely not doing 30-second fight here. But we'll get as far as we can, you know. I should have probably started about half an hour, 45 minutes earlier than I did this morning, to be truthful with you. And depending on where we're at, my hard cutoff time is definitely 10:30. Um, I don't know that I want to push it quite that far, but if it looks like it's going to make a huge difference, um, for us to go for another hour and 20, I might be able to slide it in, but it's definitely going to be a crunch. By the way, folks, if anyone ever tells you that Arena is the breakfast of champions, um, smack them and walk away. You do not need that kind of negativity in your life. Um, they are trying to sell you a hype train, and they have sold their soul to Kabam, and they are now lost to us forever. Long live Dee Dee. uh, he was a great friend. He was a great ally. Definitely somebody I admired until he tried to get me to sell my soul to the arena. And then, unfortunately, I realized that he was working for Kabam Satan, and that his only purpose in life is to convince us all to sell our soul. Gotta admit, though, I will be completely and totally honest with you. I am so used to the idea of getting tired at the end of playing a game mode. It's very unique to start out tired. And I'm guessing these next three grinds are going to be absolutely life changing. So, as I get through the roster here and mention the idea of playing champions I don't play on a regular basis, which I have mentioned a couple times, what are some champions that you guys don't play on a regular basis that you get shocked when you do, and remember that they are actually a fairly good champion? I will tell you, during this grind, um, I took Kate Bishop against um, Thing. Was very happy how that came out. Definitely a champion I shall be visiting very soon. I did not get a chance to check with Dee Dee last night, um, to see where he finished at before I started. I know he was just catching up to my score by the time he was about an hour and a half into the stream last night, and he only went for about another hour. So I'm pretty sure that I have the lead at the moment between us, and that I can not only obtain and maintain that lead, but also in the long run take the victory over him. The real question is going to be whether or not I can get enough points to end up with the champion. Now, that being said, it shall be a debate based off of how we finish, whether or not we go for the pre-release bundle for Morbius and attempt to get him there. Hopefully we will not need to, and we'll only be looking for the very long shot possibility of a 7-star out of it. But we shall see how we are able to go with this. Again, guys, I do want to thank everybody overwhelmingly for stopping in. I know that it is an incredibly early time for me. Not only as far as, like, I normally don't stream anywhere near this early in the day, but also on top of that, like, we started this grind before the sun came up this morning, man. Like, so for some of you, I know it makes it easier because it actually aligns with where you're at a little bit better than what some of my other streams do. But I also know for some of you, we are definitely talking about an earlier time for yourselves as well. And I appreciate you guys waking up and hanging out with me. And hopefully I can put up scores to not only pull this off, but to definitely be worth the time that you guys have spent hanging out with me. Because definitely want to do that. I know this is a bit tedious in a lot of ways, but tomorrow night's live stream will be anything but. Like I said, we are going to crank up some great tunes. We're going to really celebrate the last night in Iowa. We're also going to be doing the Shooting Stars quest just to really get that into place, and also to add to that Monday opening that I was talking about for 2 Mondays from now. Um, Definitely starting to feel the 4 rounds that we have put into this so far. Will not deny that whatsoever. And it is gonna be a tight one, no matter how we're able to do over these next couple rounds. I expect that no matter where we fall, it's still definitely going to be amazing pulling off getting the champion if we do. Um, I still have 25 more sets of champions left to go. Um, oh my god. Sorry about that, guys. Like I said, definitely feeling it. I will definitely be, you know, I'm always admire some of the things that Dee Dee does, or that Brian Grant does, or Seaton, or any of the rest of them. But I will definitely give every one of them their props for consistently going for champions through the arena. Um, I said it for years that I didn't know how they were how they could consistently do it, but especially now after making the attempt for myself for the first time. Um, Again, I don't know how they do it. Wagner, how's it going? Watching from Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. Awesome, man. Thank you for stopping in. Um, I've heard some amazing things from down there. I went to college with a guy from that area, and he talked about some amazingly beautiful things. So, I do definitely want to thank you for stopping in over on the Rumbles. Always appreciate all the support over there. We are definitely growing over on Rumble as well. We have grown YouTube quite a bit in this last year. And ever since we started growing over on Rumble as well, definitely picking up over time. Really excited for the growth that we have been able to achieve on both, and excited to see what the next year of this channel will look like. Um, you know, when I started the channel and even before, I still don't know how to use Rumble. um, I mean, uh, I know plenty of people that like are fairly new to Rumble. As a matter of fact, very few people I even know had ever heard of Rumble. I personally had not heard of Rumble. Um, when the proposal to start streaming over there was brought to me, um, I'm always up for expanding our audience any way that we can. Um, post some videos on my channel, but I think people don't like the it's not that people don't like the content, man. I will tell you, Rumble takes a bit more to build up than YouTube does. But give me just a second. Let me get this. I will drop you a follow myself. It is definitely a different beast over there on Rumble. It does seem like to me that honestly, Rumble is more stream reliant than YouTube is. I know I have several people as well. But I dropped you a follow. Can you believe Rumble took $1.25 from me? For what? I mean, I think I made a mistake with the advertising thing. Oh, okay. Yeah, it's definitely a little different over there. That's for sure. JJ, how you doing this morning? I appreciate you stopping in. Like I said, I've seen. I'm not seeing great results as of yet on Rumble, but I'm not. I haven't been overwhelmed. I haven't been able to be overwhelmingly consistent since I started doing Rumble. So we'll see how it goes. But at the same time, I know Didi and I have talked. His numbers are looking really good over there. There's several others in the community that I've talked to. Their numbers are looking really good. I have an entire library of videos I need to get transferred over there. So I still think Rumble is I think it's definitely worth it. And definitely, it will not be the only place that I continue to grow our audience through. Eventually, I will be looking at Kick and Twitch and a few others as well. But Rumble and YouTube have been a great start so far. So, right now, as it stands, I'm looking at at least another half an hour, but we'll kind of play it by ear. Um, I'd like to get a full run in on the roster on this one, but it kind of depends. Mr. Tate really has increased his Rumble brand awareness. Yeah, I don't necessarily subscribe to the Andrew Tate model of things. um, nor do several other of the brands that I see over on Rumble. But I mean, there are plenty of brands on YouTube that I wouldn't necessarily subscribe to as well. That being said, DD, Triple Z, Rizzo, Kata, Andrew, all of us are trying to get MCOC recognized over on Rumble and focus on it from the gaming aspect and not from the other aspects of things that I have seen on Rumble. If it ever becomes too much of a concern, it will definitely be something that I will gauge and be leery of as is needed. But that being said, the more that we can reach the community, the more people that we give voice to, and the more voices that we have in our community, no matter where they're coming from, the better off we are. I truly believe that, even in spite of several things that have occurred over the last few years, where sometimes it's a little debatable about certain people having a voice. So that's great. I seen the MCOC community on YouTube, and it's full of amazing people. Expanding that to Rumble would be a sweet achievement. Yeah, that's kind of how we're looking at it. You know, the MCOC community is exactly that. I've known that for a lot of years. Like I said, I've ran quite a few alliances, and have had a lot of deep connections with a lot of people in the MCOC community that have been very impactful upon my life. And, you know, any way that we can expand that community and make things better and keep growing our reach, it's better for all of us. Not only because it does make sure that, you know, an amazing community gets out there further into the world so that more people can be part of it, but also because of the fact that it does mean that the more our community is what it is, the Daniel, nice to see you. By the way, happy birthday. When you have time, send me a tip on how to use Rumble. Send it in private message. I can do that, Wagner. It probably won't be today. Like I said, I'm live streaming 3 times today, and that is going to take quite a bit. But even with that being said, I will get you a message sent over soon. RAB, nice to see you, my friend. Haven't seen you in a while, but thank you for stopping in this morning. Yes, for those who are not aware, Daniel it is his birthday today. I do know that very well. So if we could wish him a happy birthday, since he did have an opportunity to stop in and hang out for the stream, I do appreciate it. I always like to celebrate people in the community, for everything going on in their lives. So, how's it been going, RAB? Good game to you, and have a great Saturday. No problem. Thank you, Wagner, for the support. I really do appreciate it. And like I said, it won't be today, but I'll definitely get some time, and I'll share with you what I know about Rumble, and I can put you in connection with a few other people that can also probably help you as well. As a matter of fact, if you happen to use Discord, um, my link is in the description of the video over there. Reach out to me on Discord, and I have a group that I can help you get part of that has even some of the programmers for Discord as part of it. Or not programmers for Discord, but programmers for Rumble. Sorry. Talking, it works sometimes. Brain, no work very well these days. Too much grind, too much stress over the last month, and too little sleep makes Wolf a very tired boy. Come on, I need to get the shocks in there. What I need to do is get him to switch over to Swashbuckler. Come on, switch. Will it be enough? Yes, good. I've been good. Glad I've finally been able to catch your stream again. How you been? Um, yeah, it's been a little hit or miss lately. I do fully admit that it's not necessarily you not being able to catch a stream. We've been, because of the fact of getting ready for the move to Seattle. I haven't been able to be as active on the channel, which is even more reason why I decided to go ahead and insanely try and do this grind in the last couple days that we're here. Just because I haven't been able to spend nearly as much time with you guys as I have in the last 10 months over this last month. And why not grind away for an amazing for a champion that I really want on my account and make up for some of the time that we've been missing. Trill, how's it doing, my friend? Nice to see you back again. I bet you my boost have expired. Come on, come on, hurry up. I've got to put my boost back on. Yep, told you. trying to stay on top of those so that I can make sure I get as much boost going as possible. But, of course, again, losing track of them to a point. Um, is definitely consistently been happening. But I would say out of these last 3 rounds, we have been boosted probably 80 to 85% of the time. Um, so it is definitely helping with the scores. Um, definitely want to be over 60 million before I end this stream, and then we're going to be needing to push for at least 80 by the end of the next stream. Preferably closer to 85, which is going to be a huge demand. And then we're going to need to be over the 100 mark by the time we finish tonight. That way I can definitely pick up as much as possible tomorrow. 130 is definitely going to be, it's going to be a grind. It's going to be a lot of work. But I will not throw in the towel until literally the buzzer hits. Tomorrow morning, I'm going to get up and we are going to grind all the way up until the last minute that we can and make sure that we put in as much of a score as we possibly can. I was getting a little worried there, to be honest with you. I have been able to maintain the win streak the entire time so far, and I was a little worried that that was finally going to be the one that cost it. Having Doom take out Black Widow and then trying to take out Shang-Chi with Iron Fist was definitely not in the plan. But pulled it off, continued the streak. We at least that keeps me alive and knowing where in the rotation I am, which is kind of nice to do. So how is everyone doing on this fine Saturday? Obviously, we have quite a bit to do, not only towards this grind. Like I said, we will be doing 2 more streams today to figure out how much we can get done to prep us for the final push in the morning. But also on top of that, I've got to get a couple last minute details worked out to set up everything so that in 46 hours I can strap the bed to the top of the car and top off the gas tank, grab some snacks, and start our first leg of the journey to go from here to Colorado, and then from Colorado to Seattle on between Tuesday and Wednesday. Um, really excited to make this trip. Really excited to see how everything works out and to get out there and start making some real moves towards making things better. Um, but I will tell you this much, it is also quite stressful. So definitely do not advise it unless you know that it's going to be worth it. But hey, no big victory comes without sacrifice. Which, speaking of sacrifice, we are definitely sacrificing sleep and mental acuity to trying to pull off picking up Werewolf by Night here. Um, but again, no great victory comes without sacrifice. So, we will find our way into at least putting up a number that's respectful enough to discuss achieving the champion. Gonna be a chill day for me. It's a little cloudy and rainy here today. Yeah, it's a bit cloudy and rainy here too. Um, last I checked, last night, Abdo has over 70 million going for him as well. Yeah, I'm a bit behind that at the moment. We're about to break 60. But again, I plan to do 2 more streams tonight and a long stream in the morning to do the final push. So hopefully, uh, Abdo is on the higher end of things, and I can at least slip in at the low end of being able to pick up the champion. But definitely appreciate that update, Blade. It's nice to know where some other people are at. I know I'm ahead of Didi right now, or I should be ahead of Didi by far by now. But that's also because he's behind as well. Um, the biggest thing is going to be trying to keep ahead of him. But he also has fully admitted he's probably not going to make it to the point of qualifying for the champion. So, but yeah, it's been kind of rainy and dreary here for for a couple days. I'm hoping by Monday it clears up at least for the beginning of the day, so that I can at least have the first part of the trip be fairly decent. Um, Though I do know that I am hitting to Seattle right at the beginning of rainy season, from what everybody is telling me. Uh, but rainy season sounds really phenomenal in comparison to snow, which is what I'm used to. So, definitely gonna take rainy season over digging my car out every single day. We don't get a lot of snow in the Midwest more nowadays, though, Wolf. Um, I mean, it. We've had a couple light winters. I'll admit that. The Monk Diablo. I'm from the content creator here to show. Thank you. Appreciate that. Overwhelmingly. Always appreciate anybody new stopping into the channel and showing some support. Um, I did sub to you as well. No problem. I first off, thank you very much. I appreciate that. I will definitely check out your channel as well. I always like to support others in the community. I do have alerts on. My alerts are just really slow at times. Um, so as long as you're not set on private, uh, you will. There will be an alert here in a moment. So I want to thank you guys. We are, that does put us at 825 subscribers, I believe now, um, which is absolutely amazing. We are definitely shooting towards that 1,000 subscriber mark quickly. I think there's a good chance um, that we could definitely hit it before we hit our year mark for the channel. I don't know why I thought you were in Texas. No, I am. Yeah, I saw that you just subscribed as well, Blade. Appreciate that, man. So, um, yeah, no, I'm further north. I see real snow. I'm up here in Iowa right now. I did spend 4 years in Minnesota, which is a whole nother level of cold, um, and lots of fun. But yeah, definitely one of those things that, like I said, going from snow to rain is definitely not something that I'm like. I'll deal with the rain for sure. It'll be a different experience from what I've been told for sure. But there's nothing about Seattle that I don't expect to be a different experience. Yeah, especially when back glass. Yeah. Um, been through a couple fun times. Wolf, these past winters have been dry here in Chicago. Yeah, the last couple winters haven't been nearly as bad as some of the previous ones. Um, I've been through some very harsh winters over the years. I've always lived in the South, Maryland, close to DC. The weather here always random. I've been to Chicago several times in my lifetime, but never lived there. Um, from the Northwest Burbs. Nice. Living in Arizona. I actually have a couple friends that moved on there about a year and a half ago or so. They're really happy down there. Funny thing about it is I've got a friend of mine that moved out there. Now I know this year has been ridiculous for heat down there, but she was talking to me about the fact that because of the humidity up here, um, it is so much nastier up here most of the time compared to massive amounts of heat down there. And I know the causes for that. um, but I do think that we get some of the most screwed up weather. There is a reason why one of Iowa's mottos is if you don't like the weather, wait 5 minutes, it'll change. Because, yeah, I mean, you're going to have that. See, it is a small world. It's amazing how much of our community, is has been to or is from similar places. Um, I know Mama Bear is out in Chicago. Uh, you know, another great creator in our community. Billy D, nice to see you. How are you doing today? Um, so if Florida is for the older folks looking for grinding in condos, Seattle is for MCOC grinders. Panda Man, Abido, Brian, and now Wolf. Yeah, I mean, um, first off, I gotta say that puts me in some pretty good company getting out there. Um, but yeah, MCOC. There are definitely quite a few YouTubers I know of that are up in the northwest corner of the state, and obviously several in California as well. I know several MCOC players that are in that area as well. Um, there it is.
XL_Blade1 subscribe to the channel.
I knew that was coming. I don't know where that is. Like 25 minutes from Naperville, if you know where. Yeah. Okay. I don't know all those areas of Chicago that well. I do, like I said, I visited there several times when I was younger. Um, haven't done a lot of traveling in the last several years. I was actually just talking to the friend of mine in Colorado that I'm going to crash with part of the way through the trip, and I moved her out to Colorado about a year and a half ago, and that was the last time I've taken any real time off of work to actually even think about going anywhere, let alone. Um, Wolf, it's more the monk because I live in Arizona now, but he used to live there. Live here too. Yeah. Yeah, like I said, I got a few friends that moved to Arizona. Like I said, they're really happy there. Um, I don't remember the exact area they're in, but it's pretty much the middle of nowhere. But they've got their own little community and stuff, and it's they're loving everything about the place. Um, Sadly enough, not saying that Iowa is a horrible place by any means, but almost everybody I know that has moved away from here has been happier doing so. Um, and like I said, I spent 4 years up in Minnesota. That was a mixed time period, but it's definitely time for a fresh start someplace new. And when I got the offer to move out to Seattle originally, um, you know, it sounded amazing. And if the offer that I got presented with had stood, it would have definitely been a lot larger opportunity than what it's going to be. um, but just because that got rescinded, does not mean that I will not find a way to make the most of it and be able to build the next stages of things. And that's really kind of where I'm at on things. Um, what is Rumble? Okay, Rumble is similar to YouTube. It is another streaming platform that several of us MCOC YouTubers have started also streaming on at the same time. And so I am actually currently live on both at the moment. We are trying to build up the MCOC community over on Rumble as well, so that not only can we expand the community, but we can bring a great part of the community over there. The nice thing about Rumble compared to YouTube, if you're in the United States, you can get fan funding and super chats, things like that, memberships at 500 subscribers and 3,000 watch hours, but you still do need the 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours to actually become fully monetized. Over on Rumble, we become fully monetized the second we start, the second we have an account over there. So I haven't seen much over there as of yet, but I have talked to several other of the people that I work with on streaming, who are, like Didi himself, are seeing some pretty good returns over there. I'm hoping that once I can be more consistent about streaming, I will also start seeing returns as well. So if you guys feel like, so it's kind of like YouTube. Yeah, it is. It's just another way for us to be able to build things up and be able to give back more. Obviously, the more ways that we can become monetized and earn revenue, the better. Um, but yes, Putin bot. I think Triple Z is over there. Rizzo is there. Cataclysm as well. Yes. Putin bot is actually the one that turned most of us onto it. But yes, Didi, myself, Rizzo, Triple Z, Kata, all of us are over there. We're working on getting a few others over there as well. Uh, And you can earn money. Yes, we earn money. All our videos are instantly monetized. As long as we at least check the correct buttons. But yeah, you don't have to go through certain requirements. The only requirement over there compared to over here is over here you have to have at least 50 subs before you can start streaming. Over there you only need 5 subs to be able to stream, but you can earn on your videos from the very first one you post. It does seem like that it is similar to Twitch, whereas that streamers see more revenue than video creators. But again, I have not gotten my library completely transferred over there yet. Still working on quite a bit to do that. But that is another one of those projects for when we get to how new is this? It's a few years old from what I understand. It's not extremely new, but it's definitely, from the way I understand it, it's less than 5 years old. But I can't tell you exactly how long it is. I do believe they have clips over there as well. I haven't looked into that part of things overwhelmingly. But they do have video sharing and live streaming, obviously. So it's a different thing. Yeah, as far as I know, we can post clips over there just fine as well. Um, so it's, if you're interested, like the link to the current video is obviously in the pinned comments. My Rumble link is on the description for the channel. Feel free to stop over, show some support. If you decide to do anything over there yourself, hit me up and let me know, and I will definitely throw you a follow. Hit me up on Discord, and I can talk to you more extensively about it and set you up. We have a group with Rizzo, myself, several others, where we all talk about Rumble, and we've helped people get set up with their Rumble accounts and stuff like that. So if you're looking to do content over there, just let me know. Hit me, like I said, hit me up on Discord, and I can talk to you about it a whole lot more. It shouldn't be. I actually just got another. Did you check the one in the description of this live stream? Let me double check. I'll grab you a fresh invite. No, not that. Buttons. This is one of the things that when I'm doing things. Let me hit you up after stream. I apologize. I know there should be a link, but like I said, uh, you're on max volume and I can barely hear you. Is it just me? Nobody else has been saying anything wrong with volume levels. Let me know if anybody else is having that problem, or if it is just Brittany. Um, I don't know if I was just talking a little quietly for a moment and you stopped in just as I was, because I was kind of trying to scan for something. But Monk, I'll get you. I'll get in contact with you, and get you my Discord as well. Um, I know there's a valid link somewhere. That shouldn't be. That should be never expiring link. The last time I checked, and like I said, I had a couple people. I lowered it down as well. Um, Billy, are you saying you're having a hard time hearing me, or oh, no issues? Okay, sorry, I again didn't catch the entire message. So, Brittany, I don't know why you're getting volume levels problems. Let me know if it continues. Um, but like I said, so far nobody else has been having an issue. Um, oh, nah, it's my phone. I can put my volume halfway and hear nothing. Yeah, I can have that problem sometimes with mine. Um, so gotta love technology. It's wonderful when it works. Monk, appreciate that as well. Thank you for verifying it for me. Just always want to make sure if it. No, I am not. I leave for Seattle in 46 hours, a little under 46 hours. And it will be a nearly 3 day trip out there. But I will be in Seattle by Wednesday afternoon. We are doing the Werewolf by Night arena grind before we leave, and then Sunday night I am also going to be doing a final goodbye to Iowa live stream. That one is going to be we're gonna crank up some music, um, listen to a bunch of copyrighted stuff that we shouldn't be listening to. Well, I'm on Denmark and on my way to see Morton. Nice. Tell Morton hi for me. I don't get to talk to him nearly as much, but absolutely love the guy. Definitely say hi for me. He is a great member of this community. Um, would love it if he was able to stop in more, but I also understand my times don't always align with the times of day that he's awake. Um, just kidding. I'm going to see my grandparents. Oh, okay. Hey, I mean, if you're going to be there anyways, might as well go see Morton. It's another thing that I'm looking forward to when I get out to Seattle is having the time to really talk to the members of the community again and getting things going. How do I create a channel on Rumble? It's not a huge process, but it is a slight process. Like I said, I will get a hold of you, and I will get connected with you on Discord, and either myself or Triple Z or Rizzo, one of us will help you get that set up. Not something I can. It's a lot easier to show than it is to try and walk you through while I'm trying to finish up the last bit of this grind real quick. Because I am already about 17 minutes longer than I was originally planning on going. But we are so close to finishing out the 6-star roster again that I really kind of want to put up these last few points before I call it. But I only have a little bit more time if I'm going to get the errands done that I have to get done on a timely basis. But Monk, I will definitely be in touch with you. Probably, like I said, it probably won't be today. But it will definitely be before I take off for Seattle. And I will help you on that. I'm a kid. If I tell my parents I can go see someone I don't know in real life, they will say, "Oh, okay. I understand, Brittany." Drink Carlsberg the way and it was created. Okay. Luckily enough, part of this, of what I need to be able to do, I can do over the phone. And part of it isn't as 100% time locked as I want it to be. But I should be able to get everything done, even with pushing stream just a little longer than I probably should. My dad's got 5 crates of Carlsberg in the garage. Gotta have them priorities. I know it's short, but I'm gonna go. Don't want to be any more rude to my parents by not talking. No, Brittany, I appreciate you stopping in. Enjoy the trip and have a great time with your family. I appreciate you stopping in 100%. Don't be ashamed of only stopping in for a few minutes. Thank you 100% for showing the support and hitting that like button and stuff. But family does take priority. So enjoy life, and I will see you as soon as you have time. The Monk, nice to see you over on the Rumbles. I appreciate you dropping in over there as well. Have a great rest of the stream, and good luck on beating Dee. Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure I can get him. It's more about whether or not we can pick up Werewolf by Night at this point. And I'm really hoping that I don't fall short on it. I know I'm not going to be the high-end player by any means. But I will take one of the last spots to get the champion if I can get them even, and be perfectly okay. Well, if I don't get this damn regen off of Gore enough, we may never get past this fight. I may have picked the worst possible matchup I've ever seen here. This has got to be the worst Gore fight I have ever had. And definitely the most time-consuming Gore fight I've ever had. I will be doing a lot of Diablo Last Epoch and Paladin on here. No problem, man. Definitely get it. The gaming community, like I said, no matter what else is going on Rumble, we are all about the gaming community and building things up over on there. So, happy to introduce you to the service over there. And like I said, I will drop you a follow myself. And as soon as we get your channel set up, I will shoot you my Discord link sometime in the next few hours. Like I said, as soon as I jump off a stream, which I should do any minute now. I am going to have to run a few errands that I have to get done immediately. But I'll be in touch within the next 24 hours and I can get you set up. Post it here and see if that works. Yeah, give me a moment. I can do that as well. Like I said, I'm trying to get these last couple champions through, and I will shoot over that link again. As a matter of fact, if you check the description in the video on that one, it should be in the description of the video over there as well. Let me know if you can find it over there. If not, I'll get the link here for you in just 1 second. Try that. Let me know if that one works. I didn't see what our count was at right now. XL, oh, how's it going? Appreciate you stopping in. How's it doing this Saturday for you? We are grinding our lives away for an absurdly amount of reason, other than just the fact that I want the champion, and on top of that, I also really want to beat Didi on this challenge that he has issued to me to put up more points than him. Which at the moment I do believe I am leading him, unless he has done a bunch more since he got off a stream last night. But not 100% sure how much more he's gonna be able to do, and how much more I'm going to be able to. No, okay. Give me a second, and I will double check and see if I have a different link. Give me 2 seconds here. I forgot I had one more fight to go in this particular group. My Discord name is the same as it is on the channel. It's Wolf DT69. Um, Pretty much all my social media is Wolf DT69. Gotcha, Monk. Alright, man. I will, like I said, I've got you now, and I will hit you up soon. Going well. I'm out of energy for now, so I thought I'd drop in and watch you play for a minute. Not a problem. I appreciate that. I should have wrapped up about half an hour ago, but I have 4 more rounds, or 4 more sets to be able to 100% to get through my 6-star roster, and we are already through the 7-star roster, and we broke the 60 million mark. So considering I'm going to do 2 more grinds today and 1 more long grind first thing early in the morning. I figure I should probably try and wrap up all the champions and get as many points as possible before I go ahead and call it for the morning. And then, like I said, I'm going to be back on later this afternoon. And then this evening, yeah, I just broke 60. I think I'm at almost 62. I should be 62 by the time I get done with these 3 fights, hopefully. I'm trying to shoot for at least 130. Which we're going to have to tap into the 5-star roster if I'm going to have any chance of doing. But I will not be doing that this morning because I still, like I said, I still have to go tie up a couple loose ends before I leave on Monday, and a couple of the things I have to do have got to be done before noon today. So I only have about an hour and a half to get those done. But like I said, I know this is going to be a tight grind, and I want to give myself as much of a chance as possible. So, yeah, 61.4 so far. With only a couple more to go. Why did I get all of that? That should not have existed. Oh, because I accidentally shut off quick mode. How did we... What? Yeah, because, you know, I'm already running behind, so why not accidentally shut off the mode that makes it so that I can get through this faster? So I've got 9 champs left, including the 3 that I'm using right now, that I want to try and finish up real quick and then call the stream. First off, I want to thank everybody for the 23 likes. Everybody stopping in and taking the time. Those who have jumped over and shown support on Rumble as well. Thank you for that. The new subscribers, thank you to everybody who has helped us continue to grow both the Rumble and YouTube channels. Ashai, thank you. I appreciate that. Well, I guess you really want the wolf. Yes, I do. Not only do I want to beat DD, but yes, I really do want Werewolf by Night. So, yeah, I mean, this is the first and possibly the only time that I have ever grinded for a champion. But what better way to wrap up things here in Iowa than to do an excessive amount of live streams right before we leave? So, New York weather is always bipolar. Some it's sunny, and other days it's foggy. Yeah, I get that. I've seen all 4 seasons in a single day. Wake up, nice, sunny, everything's great. Then it gets stupid hot, and then it starts getting really cold, and then out of nowhere it snows. Like, that stuff is just not all right. But hey, now I'm just gonna go deal with a bunch of rain. So Fox, just past 140. Good luck. You can do it. Thank you. Appreciate it. Yeah, like I said, I know there's several things I'm not doing that would make this grind a lot easier. Um, but we're still gonna push for it. We're still gonna see if I can't pull it off. And I promise you that I'm not gonna leave anything on the table by the time we're done with this. That's for damn sure. There will be, outside of the fact of starting the grind right off the bat, right as soon as the arena dropped, like I should have. There pretty much won't be much that I could say that I could have done better than what we're gonna end up finishing with. He went to bleed, I mean, awfully fast on that one. And this will wrap it up for us, guys. These are the last three champions that I need to do to at least get through the 6-star roster. So we're going to run through them real quick, and then after that, I'm going to wrap up the stream, and then I will be back in a few hours to start the next grind. We will be including the 5-star champions on that grind, and as well as the one that I do tonight. That is going to expand how much roster I have available to push through. Obviously, we will not have access to the 7 stars on this next grind, but we will have them for the one tonight and also the one tomorrow morning. Like I said, I'm probably going to go for a good 6 hours tomorrow morning, just to give me every opportunity to put up as much as possible. So I'm going to get up early and grind my way all the way till noon, right as the arena ends. And then I will call that stream, go do the last bit of errands, get almost the last bit of stuff packed up. Obviously, the very last thing that will need to be packed will be everything for my setup to be able to stream and everything else. And then we're going to crash out for the night. Get up early Monday morning. Load the last bit of stuff into the car. And be on our way to Colorado for Monday evening. Tuesday afternoon, I start the trek to Seattle. And by Wednesday afternoon, I will 100% be there and starting to figure out how things are going to work from that point forward. Well, we maintained the streak through 4 streams so far, so I will take that. We are 300 win streak in a row. Finished up with just shy of 62 million. Still quite a ways to go. I know that, and we will be pushing that 100% from here. Again, I want to thank everybody for their for stopping in. Everybody for the time and appreciation. It has been absolutely wonderful, and I thank you guys so much. Looks like Calzone is live right now, so why don't we go over and show him some love with a hashtag Wolfpack raid. I'll drop the link for everybody. Triple Z, nice to see you. Appreciate you stopping back in just for me to wrap up. But let's go show some support for another streamer while I go get my life in order so that I can get there. Bye. Good luck with catching your Wolfman, Mr. Wolfman. Go watch Ireland versus New Zealand. All black. It's a huge game. Thank you. Tired Wolfpack raid. That it is. Thank you guys again. I appreciate you all. I love you so much. And I hope that everybody has a great day, a great night, and pulls a God tier champion soon. I will see you guys back in a few hours for the next grind. Thank you guys. Love you. Peace out.